Hey, we're here with Bob Horning. So I was just wondering some of the things that, I mean, everyone obviously in this DVD is going to know who you are. So Horning's Hideout. So why don't you, first off, why don't you talk about like the history and the progression of, say, Cheese in 2000 on a little TD stage to 2013, and the same thing with like the String Summit or something, what you've noticed over the years. And
well, the first Cheese we had here, I had a smaller stage, a 30 by 20 foot stage that they ended up building out in front of quite a large area. In fact, they only used the stage I had as a basic equipment storage and everything. So, and I just built that stage too. So it's like, at the time I was wondering, why do they need such a large stage? It's pretty crazy. Right. But of course now, with all the equipment now, even the stage I have now is still not big enough.
Right.
So they built out from there. And that's just because all the equipment that's involved, all the, it's not only music, it's the whole theatrics, the eye candy,
right,
lighting system, and everything else. That's what's so involved and everything else. It's not only, well, it is a show. It's an art. So art sometimes takes up a lot.
Right.
So,
especially when you involve your audience.
Oh yes, exactly. And they do try to involve the audience and everything else. They put on a show, Saturday night show. They put on a show. But then they also will bring the audience into the show too, which is nice. And they've always done that since the beginning. Cheese has been very interactive with the audience participation and everything else. String Summit, a little bit different as far as they don't really have a true midnight show, but that again, there itself is bluegrass music, more the fans are very much interactive and everything in that there, and very. It's a slightly different crowd. A lot of the crowds mix up, though.
Right.
But it's a slightly different crowd. Both are great crowds.
Yeah.
And as far as growth, I mean, String Summit first one was about
2002.
Yeah, well, about 2,000 people or so, 2,500 people. String Cheese first one was about right at 3,000. First one. So, and it's just, of course, we top out at 5, and that String Cheese topped out at 5, I think, in 2004, somewhere around there.
Right.
Summit topped out once, has come close several times, and but they're comparable size events and everything now.
Yeah.
So, and as far as as anything, as things evolve. The venue evolves with that. I mean, we're more than a concert venue, of course. We're a private.
Right, you're also fishing and gaming and.
Well, fishing is a small part, very small part anymore. We have 60 weddings this year. Next year we're on track for about 80 weddings. We're a huge wedding site. So. We're disc golf, huge on disc golf.
Yeah, disc golf for sure.
We will have a couple major concert events, the disc golf weddings, running events, Warrior Dash. But we're geared towards all that, and it just works very well. When it's a concert, I've created disc golf courses that change over to giant camping areas. So we accommodate everybody, and we try and make everybody feel like this is their place.
Yeah, because I've noticed over the years, like every year, you're just making stuff bigger. I mean, over here, for instance, this was all brush 5 years ago. This was all, and you've
that
just
was before the disc golf courses.
Yeah, that's.
And I actually, when I created disc golf course, I did two things. One, this area here. I created it with the eye in mind for fairways for disc golf, but also after I cleaned out I took out about half the trees. It needed it, woods need thinning out. They need room to grow. The woods were really too thick. They planted as a tree farm a long time ago, 50 years. But I also flattened out the areas for better camping. So it just a blend of everything. So. So people come here, they get rejuvenated, relax. both events are family oriented as far as there's a lot of kids and everything. But it's also a good scene for people who want to get away, relax, party.
Yeah. One thing I was going to ask you was, oh yeah, why don't you talk about a little about your politics and the radio show you do, if you still do it?
No. So you might as well edit that out.
Oh, okay. Well, I just won't. No. I just won't talk about it.
Yeah.
Okay. You know, I just was wondering because you seem pretty big.
I am involved in politics still a little bit, but I am no longer. You know, I ran for a campaign office 4 years ago. Lost by only 2 points. So
I was bummed.
Yeah, and I had a radio show during it and everything else, which is interesting. Very interesting. Just trying to get the truth out there.
Yeah.
But that's 4 years ago now. Will I get back into again? Who knows?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
change the world for better.
See, I prefer you doing this as opposed to anything anyway, because I was just telling and Zane were just telling somebody the other night, like, what other conservative Republican lets this happen on their land? You know, because I'm Bob Horning for president as far as I'm concerned.
I will say this as far as politics. You know, we have as a country gotten so divisive, and that is because of the political leaders on both sides, left and right.
Right.
They try to define certain things certain way versus that in reality Americans I bet 95% of the stuff will agree. It's just a certain way they don't agree, and it's, you know what? The politics have become, they have never been more divisive as they are now. I had a gal come up to me today and said, hey, just let you know, there are conservative Republicans here enjoying themselves.
Yeah.
The conservative Republicans or liberal Democrats or whatever, they've both gotten, the extreme left, extreme right, both got bad. Actually, it's extreme left, extreme right that has caused the issues of divisiveness.
Right.
The extremes of both sides. Where really, there's not that many differences, and it's really, sad to see America so divided right now.
I agree. Yeah, I mean, because a lot of it, people do compromise. They really do.
Yeah, because you have to. Everybody's point of view is valid. It's their point of view. You're trying to say that person's view is not valid just because they don't think the way you do. Well, it could go vice versa.
Right.
You have to, be tolerant, and that is what has made America what it is up to this point. But again, this climate of politics that's here now, where people are so vehement towards each other, is really not what we're about, and it's going to. If this continues, it'll destroy it. We have to learn more tolerant and learn to understand that we have to disagree on a few things, and just move forward. Anyway, that's all.
Yeah. No, I just wanted to basically say thank you, and I'm happy that you've just done so much with this in the past 14 years, and thank you for the interview.
Well, you bet.
All right, thanks. Bye.
All right.